welcome back to RC Icons. In this video, my 10-year-old son David builds his second car ever. A was it 2022? Terra Scorcher. 2020 Terra Scorcher. Man, time flies. I remember when this came out. Can't believe it's been 4 years already. So 2 years ago, David was 8. Wanted to build a car. So I did what everybody does. I went out and bought a Hornet, and we were on vacation in Kennebunkport, Maine, and I was actually building the Tamiya tow truck at the time, and David was building the Hornet next to me. We were at a little Airbnb in Maine, and we set up shop in the basement. We were there for whatever, 6-7 days, and I was working on the tow truck, and he was working on his Hornet, and it was memories that I'll remember and cherish the rest of my life. Fast forward 2 years, the track is done. He's been kind of in limbo with RC for the past year and a half. He likes to bash, but not really into buggies and running around the yard, so he's just been kind of chilling. Now that the track is done, he is all over it. Always wants to go down there and run. Doesn't care what car it is. Just having the time of his life. So he came to me and said, I want to build a 4-wheel drive car. So I was like, okay. Start looking around the collection to see what I have available for him. And I had a couple of Terra Scorcher kits. So I was like, you know what? Why don't you build a Terra Scorcher? We don't have one built. It's a perfect candidate. It should run great for him. And so he was off and running. He was excited. So, yeah, we put together a photo montage of the build. It's going to be voiceover, basically, just like we do with Caleb's builds. And that's it. I'm going to bring you over real quick to take a look at the car up close before we get to the montage. And then it's just going to end. There won't be a closing. So let's do that. Let's bring the camera over real quick and we'll show you the car. It looks phenomenal. Not PS4 either. I did it in a little bit of PS, I think 17 Avanti Blue, but more so PS59, the dark metallic. Really came out nice. It looks sharp. So yeah, let me bring the camera over. We'll take a look at the car real quick and then we'll be on to his build. So yeah, that's it. That's David's build right there. He did a great job. So I helped him with the body and I helped him with the shocks. But other than that, he put the car together. So I did, the body is a cross between Avanti Blue and PS59, which is dark metallic blue. I did a small coat of Avanti Blue first, and then I went over it with the darker blue. Just because I think the big wig, it looks alright in PS4. If it was an original, I would have done it in PS4. But as a runner, when the sun's out, I just love the metallics down there at the track. So when you look at it, it's all metallic. And it looks great. Driver figure is box art. White suit, red helmet. Red gloves. Black steering wheel. Silver can motor. So yeah, he's super excited to get this running. So you guys will see this. You may see the running video before you actually see the build video. We're pairing it up with a couple of other vintage Tamiyas. And they're all 4-wheel drive. And they're all different families. So it should make for an awesome video. You may have already seen it. So I am going to put the photo montage up now of the build. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let David know in the comments what you think. This is his second car, like I said. He had built a Hornet 2 years ago, but now that the track is done, he's been kind of out of the game for 2 years. Like, in RC in the backyard doesn't interest him. At the skate park bashing it does, and although he's like, literally, I put a brand new body on a son of a digger and he destroyed it in about 37 seconds. He's hard on bashers. He just wants to launch everything. So now that the track is done, he's loving it. He's loving going down and running. So it's really been kind of a rekindling of the hobby for him, and I couldn't be happier that it is. It makes all that time and effort even more worth it. It's worth it for me, it's worth it for Caleb, but even more so for David. So yeah, he is psyched. We didn't do tire riding. If it was original, I would have done the tire riding, but where this is going straight to the track, it's going to be dirty, it's going to get beat. It's just the way it is. It's a track car for him, and it's now his 4-wheel drive. He was going to run the X-Ray, but he wanted to build his own car, so I was like, you know what? I got a few Terra Scorchers sitting on the shelf. Why don't you build one of those? Fully adjustable for him, UJ's ball bearing. It was a perfect candidate for him, and he did a great job. So leave in the comments what you think. Let David know. Let him hear the support. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If you're not already a subscriber, I'd ask you to consider subscribing to support the channel, and bring on the photo montage of him doing the build. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time. So as we get started, he gets the kit out and gets it open. This is him standing with the kit before he gets going, but he gets all the bins out and all of his parts set up, everything organized so that he can get started with the rear gearbox. Step one is building the diff and getting the rear gearbox together. So that's essentially what he did. Here's pictures of the rear gearbox together. Then you got to get your motor set in almost immediately. And then you start getting into the front gearbox, getting that built as well. Rear arms go on. Putting the rear section of the car together comes first, and then you immediately get into getting the front arms put together. The build actually goes relatively quick. It's all compartmental. You build the rear end, you build the front end, and then you attach everything to the chassis. Before it gets attached to the chassis, though, you have to get your electrics in. We've got the TBLE 04 in there. It seems to be working better than the O2s did for me. So this is the body cutout. Build moved along pretty quick, and this is a chassis after I built the shocks. He fit the shocks himself, and then that's it. We basically got the body painted up for him. Came out great in that metallic blue, all decaled up. The car at this point is tested, wheels and tires are on, and it's ready for a run. And then this is just David afterwards holding his car. So we look forward to seeing you on the track.